Hello everyone and welcome back to NXT 2014. I'm HeelTayler and we're opening the show with the announcement of the first ever NXT Tag Team Classic. Now I realised I really love the Dusty Classic, right? In this game he could live for another 20 years and I'd never get the Dusty Classic. So I'm just going to call it the NXT Tag Team Classic for now. In the game, if Dusty Rhodes or anyone else around that caliber does die, we'll name it after them. That's my plan. But he's announcing the first ever NXT Tag Team Classic on the opening segment of the Go Home show. He says the first match is next, where Gabriel and Kid will team up again following their loss at the pay-per-view to the Tag Team Champions, who aren't in the thing, because the winners not only win the cup, but will get a shot at the Ascension's Tag Team titles. And they're taking on British Ambition 2.0, who in the future I will have more story for. I just kind of needed... I had to throw together a few teams in this who I want to keep, teams that I need some story planning for. But it's gone for 8 teams, and this is the first match, British Ambition 2.0. But there'll be more to British Ambition 2.0 in the future. Pete Dunne's Bruiserweight gimmick gets very good, which is obviously nice. Then we get the match, and it's a 34, 46 for Kid, 52 for Gabriel, 31 respectively for Dunne and Gray. Yeah, not too bad. Gabriel and Kid win. Gabriel wins with the 450 splash on Oliver Gray, and they advance in the NXT Tag Team Classic 2014. Then into a segment with Brian Kendrick, who says he's come to NXT because he's here to stay. He wants to be the top of NXT. He left WWE for a while, but now he's back, and he's going to dominate the developmental company. And he said he was offered a spot in the Tag Team Classic for his return, and he said, "Do you know what? I think I can find a partner," and they'll be teaming up in the main event. We then get Breeze coming out, celebrating being the new champion. A 52 rated segment on his own is really, really good. And yeah, he says, I'm taking next week off to celebrate. And William, you can find me an opponent for NXT TakeOver. I can't quite remember. I think it's called NXT TakeOver Tag Team Classic because it's the time of year we'll do it every single year. Basically, it's the NXTs that were already there, like the takeovers, like our Rival, Fatal 4-Way, have decided they're going to be gimmicky takeovers with like themes and stuff. The other ones, like New York and other places, are going to be more straightforward events. So this is going to be NXT Tag Team Classic, where he's going to be defending his title, and he says next week he won't be here, and he'll give Regal time to find him an opponent. Into a 25 rated match, which isn't great, but honestly the performances are better than both the women in the tag title feud right now. So Becky Lynch defeats Carmella in 5 minutes with a hard knocks, 28 for Lynch, which is actually really good. And Zamora did a good work at ringside, but he's had a broken leg for ages, so he's not really been doing anything. That's why you haven't seen them yet. And into a 24 rated segment where Sasha basically demands Becky explains herself. She's like, you know, where were you last night? You were meant to help me win the title. And Becky's like, I never promised you anything. You know, we're still friends, we can still figure something out, but I never promised I'd help you win the title. And there's a bit of tension, but Becky just kind of walks off, leaving Sasha pretty furious in the ring. Until 33 rated segment where Chad Gable and Jason Jordan are outside, and Chad Gable explaining to Jason Jordan, wow, they need to be positive about their team, they need to be happy and excited, and they will win. Jason Jordan just has to be ready, willing, and Gable. Then we go to Buddy Murphy in that match he said he'd be having at the pay-per-view, where he paid someone to help him win. And who did he pay? It was Wesley Blake, who interferes, costing CJ Parker, giving Buddy Murphy a singles win in the company here. I think his first win, and obviously he desperately needed that. Yes. Oh, I believe there was meant to be another segment there, but we're just going to see where it ends up, shall we? Oliver Gray and Pete Dunne, they come into the locker room following their loss earlier in the day. Dunne is like raging, he's throwing stuff about, smashing shit in the locker room, and Gray's like, oh, calm down, bro, we'll get there. And Dunne's like, how is this British Ambition? You said you'd bring me into NXT to be the top tag team in the division, all based on Britain and England and the British Ambition. And Dunne's like, you showed zero British ambition when you laid there and got pinned 1, 2, 3. And Gray's a bit like, you're arguably not wrong. And yeah, that gets a 28, but more to come for them in the future. Yeah, this was meant to be after the match. This was Blake raising Murphy's arm after the win. And it's obvious that Wesley Blake's the man he paid. And Bliss comes out onto the stage and she's sort of just smiling at Murphy. She's like, you won. And he's like, I bloody did, didn't I, mate? Fuck me. Eternal gimmick. Yeah, no, we don't need that yet. Then into a freestyle segment where Itami announces his inclusion in the Tag Team Classic, and he says he'll be getting a friend from Japan to help him out. That's a 36 rated segment there. Into the main event where Brian Kendrick's teammate was Paul London. He's brought him back in to reform the Hooligans in NXT. Paul London's contract is only 3 months long, because I'm undecided if I want to bring him in full time or not, but I thought the Hooligans in this would just be a really good tag team sort of booster. Boost up a bit, get a bit more eyes on it, that type of thing. So they actually beat Jordan and Gable at the moment. And Gable actually very much, he outperforms not only Jason Jordan but also Brian Kendrick, which is a surprise. But Paul London debuts this weirdo gimmick and gets great for it. The storyline lost it heat, but it is what it is. And we finish the show with a 47. I honestly expect this show to suck because that was not good. As you can tell, we've lost Nev and we've lost Sammy, so it's going to hurt for a bit, but we need to just slowly work our way back into what we want NXT to be and the characters we want to have and such. But I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Just anything, really. Your thoughts on the show, what you'd like to see. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.